Welcome to Just the Good Bits. I'm going to show you my version of a cabbage soup to help you lose weight. And I purchased this book. It's in e-form, e-book form, and it's got a copyright for 2003, and that's around the time I purchased it. First published in 2000, it was revived in 2005. So I got it after the revision, or that wouldn't be there. But anyway, it's been almost 20 years ago, and I lost weight on it, and then put it away and forgot about it. And I saw somebody had a cabbage soup video, and how to lose weight, and I'm like, well, let me pull mine out and use that on my high omega-3 diet and low omega-6. But it goes into a lot of things, exercising and stuff like that. Yes, any diet book. But what I'm gonna show you, it has a lot of recipes in it, and I will be making these recipes and putting them up on Just the Good Bits, and and also showing you what we're losing and that on it. But this is called a mixed vegetable soup, and I'm gonna put this soup down below. I'm gonna put the ingredient list down below and the spice list, and we're gonna show you while we're all doing this, you're gonna know what to put in it and all that. So let's get started. Now, as you can see, I have onions and celery and right here, and I am going to put in olive oil, extra virgin, and I'm going to put in about 2 tablespoons. That's not quite, a little more. Little more. There we go. And I'm going to turn this up on about 7. It's 5.5, 6, I guess. And let it heat up. While that's heating up, I'm going to cut some garlic. And I hate waste. Now what I actually have is, this is a really tiny one. I'm not going to count that, but I'll count those as 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 garlic cloves. You don't have to put that much in. And I'll tell you, a lot of this stuff, for instance, if you don't like onion, if you don't like celery, you can leave what you want out, or you can replace it with other things. Without a problem. To the point. to lose weight. And this is anytime you feel a little bit, you know, you feel hungry, peckish, as my great-grandmother used to say. When you feel a little peckish, you can have a cup of this soup or a whole bowl of this soup. You can have it for lunch as much as you want. If you have it for in between, it's not going to hurt at all, because all the vegetables going in here is going to be a negative vegetable. So you can do whatever you want as far as adding vegetables to this. Now, I wouldn't recommend all root vegetables, because root vegetables generally are much higher in carbs. So I would kind of stay off the root vegetables. But you can, and corn, starchy vegetables, corn, little English peas. You don't want to put that in either, because there's no sense in, you might like the taste. Of course, everybody does. But the thing is you don't want to ruin the whole point of making this soup. So starchy, corn, peas, and that's the only ones I could really think of now. Let me go ahead and add my hands are sticky because of this is hot now. You don't have to brown. You don't have to do what I'm doing here. I mean, you really don't. I'm just saying. And cut your vegetables up any way you want. It don't matter how they're cut up. Turn that down. We're just going to what's called sweating and these vegetables, putting a little color on them. Now this is turmeric. This is ginger. This is turmeric. And I'm just using a spoon to scrape it. Works very well. And this is just about 1.5 inch knob. You can put more in if you like ginger. I mean, I like ginger, but I don't want, it's powerful. So I would suggest you test it out first. All right, let me go ahead and add my garlic. Just going to roughly chop my ginger. You can also, if you want to put a little powder of ginger and turmeric, you can use the powder. I just happen to have some fresh, so I never really tasted raw ginger, so I'm going to get a little taste. It's got heat. Not a lot of flavor, but it's got heat. A little bit of flavor. Yeah, it's got some flavor. It's kind of hits you a little after the heat. Yeah, it isn't bad though. It's not extremely hot, so that's good. All right, so now I'll put my little ginger and garlic in there. Now I'm going to add my homemade stock. I do my stock in a turkey roaster, so I can make a good bit of it, and I just put it in the refrigerator. You can vegetable stock is recommended because this is a vegetarian book. But I don't have any, so I'm adding my own chicken stock. First thing I'm adding to my pot is any frozen vegetables. Yes, you can use frozen. I'm using green beans. And green beans are very healthy for you, so I would suggest you use green beans. And you see, notice I put quite a few in there. Because I'm making a big pot. Okay, now I'm going to be back when my pot boils. Okay, so let's add, these are things that I'm going to put on the top of the soup. Green onions, a little parsley, and asparagus. Now asparagus is not one of the vegetables. The books does not say asparagus is a negative calorie food. However, that's not going to matter because it's very good for you, and it's not like it's got a tremendous amount of calories, especially what you're going to get in a bowl of soup. I just love it. So I'm going to add it, but you know what? You can completely leave it out. I'm also putting in some green onions and parsley. Probably should have added the parsley at the end, but now I'm going to give it a stir. All right. And the last thing we're going to add is the cabbage, but I'm going to, and spices. And I'm going to tell you, I forgot this. I forgot. You're going to put water or two in here. I haven't put it in yet, but I'm actually going to add something else. You'll see. But I forgot to put the bell pepper in. Anyway, I should have put it in when I was cooking the onions, and I didn't. So, a little tip: if you want to know how good or not your cabbage is, taste the core.
Core taster, what's the verdict?
Still chewing. It's good. This one's really good. It's not as sweet as some, but it doesn't have some of the bitter taste I've tasted from some, or no taste at all, which means there's not very little nutrients in the soil. So taste your core. Plus, it has really good. I actually like cutting it up and putting it into my soups. Bob, on the other hand, does not. So I leave it out and just eat it raw.
And I think dandelion is the king of the herbs in the garden, because dandelion is a bitter herb. If you were to bite it and eat it, it's very, very bitter. And you've heard the old saying, sweet to the mouth, bitter to the stomach. Sweet to the mouth, bitter to the stomach. Think of that with sugar. Sugar is sweet to the mouth, but very bitter to the stomach. Whereas your bitter herbs like dandelion, they're bitter to the mouth, but very sweet to the stomach, because it's the bitter herbs that stimulate the liver to release its digestive enzymes. And also, the bitterness causes the stomach to release its digestive enzymes too. Dandelion is the liver herb. Your liver is a recoverable organ. It's the only organ in the body that has the ability to regrow or recover. That's why they can do liver transplant on just a little bit of liver, and the liver will regrow. And I'm so glad that God made the liver a recoverable organ, because some of the things that people are doing in their body in ignorance.
This is our cabbage. Now we may end up adding the half, but it's got to cook down, so. And to that, we are going to add, see, it's getting needing liquid, and I'm going to add some liquid. Now, if you just want to have this where it has the burning calories and the you just want to eat this like in the morning when you get up, you're hungry, you want to eat this, or lunch throughout the day, then that's fine. But me and Bob, other than that, Cora, I just tasted, forgot all about it. We fast, and we only eat 1 meal a day. So I'm adding to it black beans, and you're like, that's a lot of carbs. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to leave a link down below. Jason Fong, who I call the fasting guru. Jason Fong said beans don't react like other vegetables. They literally will not affect your blood sugar. And I looked at Bob, and Bob looked at me. I'm like, let's test it. So we did. And a chili. And he was right. Beans do not affect your blood sugar. So if you're if you're fasting, you can have a bowl of this. It is going to fill you up, and it's going to keep you filled because of the beans, because they take a little longer than the vegetables, or a lot longer to digest. So you'll get through your night, you'll get through to the next day when you eat again. So I'm just going to heat this up, and it will be ready. One more thing I'm going to add to this. Well, too, I have salted my beans, and the beans had the carrots in it because they take longer to cook. I didn't want my vegetables to be overcooked. So I'm putting a teaspoon of ground cayenne red pepper. I'm also going to put in a teaspoon of black pepper. 2 teaspoons. And then I'm going to mix that in. Cabbage loves pepper. Now these are part of the soup recipe. And you don't have to add the pepper if you can't handle it. But it's very good to have a spice because it speeds up your metabolism. So if there's some kind, you can put it in the soup later. Like this is a red chili. It's Korean. You can get Chalua, which is also a nice milder pepper. Liquid pepper. It's milder than the others. Okay, now we'll be back at you when we try it. We're probably going to add the rest of the cabbage after we have a bowl. But this is what our supper looks like. And I wanted to tell you, this lemon is suggested to use a lemon or a lime. I just don't seem to, I don't know that I want to do that, but I'm going to let my husband taste this. We're going to turn it off. You want to give it a taste, baby?
Trying to get a little broth in there and try not to spill on myself. Here we go.
Is it hot?
Yeah. I don't think the jalapeno, man, I might have a bite of jalapeno in there. We haven't had that in there long. You forgot to put it in there, so it's not cooked all the way through. I didn't see it, but something I bit into was hot.
When we tasted it, might have been the jalapeno.
It's not supposed to make your eyes water with a little spoonful like I had.
I hope it ain't that hot. You get some, okay.
I'm not talking about temperature hot, that's almost spicy hot. If that's all you're eating, you're going to go on a diet for sure because you can't eat that much of it if it's that hot.
Mm-mm. It's got some heat to it, but it's not that hot.
All right.
Okay, so this is how you make a soup for eating on throughout the day, or having along with an accompaniment of a piece of meat, you know, a steak, or add the black beans to it and have it for a meal. Until the next time, bye for now. Please like and subscribe. We'd appreciate it. Well, I am going to be doing other videos as well, so continue to watch.